We are here to make dents in the universe. Otherwise, why even bother? These are the words of wisdom from Steve Jobs, the great computing pioneer. Understandably or undeniably, Steve Jobs put a huge dent in the universe. In fact, Steve Jobs left a huge gaping hole. Now I'm reminded of a story that tells of one of Steve Jobs' very first public talks. It was 1983 and he was invited to speak at the International Design Conference in Aspen on the topic, "The future isn't what it used to be." Now a rare tape recording of his speech remains, and on it we can hear Steve Jobs saying, "Apple's strategy is really simple. What we want to do is put an incredibly great computer in a book that you can carry around with you and learn how to use it in 20 minutes. And we want to do it this decade." In his talk, Jobs articulates his quest to launch an incredibly great computer in a book. Quests are powerful because of three qualities. The first quality is that they challenge the impossible. The idea of building a computer the size of a book back in 1983 was crazy impossible. Back then, computers were massive, clunky machines. But this clearly did not deter Jobs. As Nelson Mandela, South Africa's great leader, said, "It only seems impossible until someone's done it." I think Jobs understood that, because he was not afraid of tackling the impossible. As he once said, "The ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." The second quality of a quest is delivering significant and meaningful benefits. The iPad certainly changed the world and delivered very significant benefits. And the third quality of a quest involves having a clear and inspirational, outcome-focused destination. Jobs' destination was designing an incredibly great computer in a book. This destination is crystal clear. Now, interestingly, it took Jobs a lot longer than a decade to launch his incredibly great computer in a book. 27 years, in fact, passed between his speech in Aspen, where he spoke about his incredibly great computer in a book, and the launch of the magical iPad on the 3rd of April 2010. Now that's the power of an inspirational quest. Jobs never gave up. He knew his destination, and even though he had to overcome setback after setback, he kept heading towards his destination. He had to reroute on several occasions and overcome many challenges. But his dream, his quest, helped him to discover new routes until finally his magical iPad was launched. He reached his destination. Here's the thing. Since the dawning of civilization, leaders on quests have changed the world. Quests are the force propelling humankind to higher and higher levels. From the building of the Great Pyramids to circumnavigating the globe, to going to the moon. Brave leaders have ventured into the unknown. They've challenged the impossible and returned successful with new knowledge and rewards. In the past, Quests may have been for the rich or nobility. But here's the big competitive shift. Today, because of the power of social media, unparalleled access to mobile and disruptive technology, and the democratization of information and knowledge, today anyone, anywhere, can embark on a quest to change the world, their world, the world they influence. Now, sadly, most of us do not believe that we can change the world. We get indoctrinated into believing that quests are only for rich billionaires and kings or queens. When you were young, I'm sure you had big dreams. Maybe you dreamt about being a doctor, inventing a miracle cure, or perhaps even being an astronaut going to Mars. But somewhere along the way, our dreams become squashed. We get told to comply, to get in line, to stop dreaming. Well, the time to start dreaming is now. It's never been easier to do your big bit or your small bit to change the world. Fortunately, our research is showing that there is a new emerging leader who is not afraid of tackling the impossible. These leaders, who I call Quester leaders in my new book Quest, are disrupting industries with unprecedented speed and achieving competitive advantage. Quester leaders are different. Quester leaders see the world as broken and they want to fix it. Quester leaders put changing the world first before making a profit. Quester leaders recognize that profit is an outcome of making the world a better place. Profit is then the result, not the goal. The goal is to fix the world. So Quester leaders start by asking a simple but profound question. What problem do I want to solve? When Sebastian Thrun, the founder of Google X, Google's not so secretive innovations laboratory, started working on self-driving cars, Sebastian wasn't trying to build a slightly better car. The question he was asking is, how do we end road fatalities? Autonomous cars became the obvious solution to that question. Because Quester leaders are solving important problems, they are delivering significant and meaningful benefits. And this means they rocket to positions of importance, disrupt industries with unprecedented speed, and become dominant players, sometimes overnight. So ask yourself this question: how big is the hole my organization or myself as a leader will leave behind? The great thing about a quest is that the model is scalable. You can have an individual quest, a team quest, or an organizational quest. If you are not creating a huge hole, or using Steve Jobs' terminology, creating a dent in the universe, then maybe it would be a good idea to discover where you can deliver the most meaningful benefit to people who are most important to you, and where you are challenging the impossible. So ask yourself the question: within my circle of influence, what are the big problems that need solving? The leaders and organizations who will be successful in the 21st century will be those who are on quests to make a significant and meaningful difference. Those that seek to find solutions to many of the problems the world has. And as a new era unfolds, the brave pioneers on quests will reap the new rewards and riches. Are you a quester? Are you someone who wants to make a difference in this world?